Halloween is just around the corner, and Halloween's one of my favorite holidays, so I thought it'd be fun today to decorate for Halloween, build a blanket fort, and then read some books in the blanket fort. So these books I bought recently, and these are books from my childhood, but I didn't have them anymore, and I just felt so nostalgic when I saw these. So I purchased a few of them, and these are the Mary-Kate and Ashley Scholastic books. So I thought, how fun would it be to build a blanket fort and then get into this kind of spooky season vibes and read some of these haunted mystery books. So let's kick off spooky season and let's get into it. All right, so here are the pumpkins that I got from Trader Joe's. I tried to get a variety in different sizes and colors, and I'll just kind of sprinkle them around my apartment. Pumpkins are my favorite decorations for Halloween. One, because they're not only for Halloween, they can also carry into the Thanksgiving season. Plus, they're consumable and biodegradable, so I don't feel as bad getting pumpkins as I do getting like plastic decorations. And it's not that I'm against plastic decorations, like I definitely still have some, but I just try to limit it also because I have limited storage. So I like that with pumpkins, I don't have to store them after the season is over. And also at the end of the season, I'll usually take the seeds out and roast them. And even this kind of pumpkin is a pumpkin pie pumpkin, so I might try eating it. But that's kind of why I prefer pumpkins for Halloween decorations. And they're just so cute too. I feel like they all have their own little personalities. Like this little white one they call Snowball Pumpkin, and I think it is so cute. So we're going to put these all around the apartment. And then I also have my bag of decorations here that I keep in the basement. So maybe I'll kind of go through what's in here right now because I can't even remember. This isn't even a Halloween decoration. This is from my Volkswagen Beetle that I used to own like several years ago, because you know how they all have the little flowers in it. And I just have this sentimental attachment to the flower, so I just keep it in here. I don't know if I'll actually use this to decorate, but that's in there. I have some fake spider webs that we can put up if we want. I have this little like candle jar that looks like a pumpkin that I thought was really cute. This was another thing that I got for free at one of the free libraries in Portland, and I just thought it was really cute, and I can probably make a new candle out of it because I think this one's all used up, but I just think the jar is really cute anyhow, so I'll probably just put it out somewhere to decorate. I have this like leaf garland. I've had this forever. I feel like a lot of these decorations I bought probably like 10 years ago when I first moved into my dorm for college, and I just bought some Dollar Tree decorations for Halloween, but I still have them. I don't know if I'll put this out, but I have it, so we could. And then I have this little Day of the Dead skeleton. Hi, Jean-Pierre. And then I have this little Day of the Dead skeleton, and this I got from Trader Joe's probably like over 5 years ago, if not 10 years ago at this point. It had a little air plant at the top, and the air plant has been dead for a really long time, but I still think it's super cute, and I still put it out every Halloween, so I love that. I'll definitely put that one out. And then the last thing I have are these little window decorations. Again, these are probably like 10 years old. I probably got them in college. I don't know if I'll actually put them up. Maybe I will. Maybe I could put these on like a mirror even. That would be cute. That's the last thing I have. So as you can tell, I don't have a ton of decorations, but that's kind of my preference because I don't like storing them like I already mentioned. And I also don't like to have to clean up decorations after the season is over. I want it as easy as possible. My apartment is so small though that these are enough decorations to sort of sprinkle throughout my apartment and get into the spooky season vibes. So with that, let's get started. All right, so it is the next day. I ended up getting super tired after decorating yesterday, so I decided just to finish it today. And I have my pile of blankets here ready to build the fort. But before we do that, I got a package in the mail. So I just got a package from Ulta in the mail this morning, and I thought it'd be fun to do a super quick unboxing before we start building the fort, because I think there's a couple kind of fall related items in here that I ordered. So let's just do this really quick and then we'll get to the fort. All right, so the first couple items that I got are just a couple things from Coco Kind. These are just some items that I always kind of have on hand. These are kind of my favorite skincare items. So I got their Ceramide Barrier Serum. If I were to just have one skincare item besides sunscreen, it would be this. And then I also got some of their moisturizer. These were on sale, so that's why I got them. And then now the fun stuff. So I ended up buying the Clinique Black Honey Lip and Cheek Oil. This is something that I have been wanting since the springtime, and I've been purposely holding off until fall because I knew that I probably wouldn't even use it until fall anyhow. And I was between this Black Honey lip oil and the e.l.f. lip oil and jam. I ended up going with this one because it combines three of my favorite things. So it combines a lip oil with a blush and Clinique Black Honey. So I figured this one would be a better investment for me and just more versatile generally. So I'm really excited to try this, and I feel like it'll be perfect for fall. And then the last thing that I got super quick, I got Burt's Bees Tinted Lip Balm in Red Dahlia. So I saw that this one's kind of been making a comeback on social media in the past year or two. And this is a product that I had in high school. So that was like 15 years ago. And I remember when I had it back then, it was really pigmented, almost too much for me, where it was too much to wear just on a daily basis. So I remember it just kind of living at the bottom of my backpack all year, and I never reached for it. And when I was reading more recent reviews on this, people were complaining about how they changed the formula and it's less pigmented now. And that is exactly what I wanted. So I ended up repurchasing it 15 years later. And I'm really excited to try this. And I feel like if this is just something that I can reach for on a day-to-day basis and just throw in my purse and use it on the go, that's exactly what I'm looking for. And it was only $5. So I kind of want to try this right now really quick. I already have other blush on, so I'll probably try the lip oil later. But let's just try this out really quick because I'm excited to try it. Okay, yeah, that is really nice. It's much more subtle than it was 15 years ago, and it's really exactly what I wanted. It's just like a My Lips but better, and it feels really good. It's also more slippy than I remember it being in high school. I remember it being sort of a waxier finish, so I really like this, and I'm excited to keep using it. That's what I got today. That's my little mini Ulta haul. But let's get back into the actual spooky season stuff, and let's start building my fort, because I'm super excited to do this. And I just gathered all of the blankets I could find. A lot of our blankets and towels right now are dirty, so this was all I could really find at the moment, but we're going to make it work. It's been a while since I built a fort, so we're going to be kind of winging it today, and yeah, I'll figure it out as we go. So let's get started. All right, I stole as many chip clips as I could from the kitchen, and I think that's what I'm going to try to use to hold up the blankets. So let's see how this goes. All right, so that didn't work because my chip clips don't open enough to fit on the shelves. I'm trying to think what else we could do. I have these chip clips, these open wider, but I only have 3 of them. I mean, I was thinking I could use books to kind of hold the sheet in place, but I do just worry about the safety of that, especially for my rabbit. I don't want books falling on him and crushing him. So, we'll make this work somehow. We'll figure it out. Okay, I think that works. I did the larger chip clips. I only had 3 of them, but I think that was enough. And then I combined it with kind of tucking it under some of the books. So I think that'll hold, and I don't think that any books will fall this way. Let's keep going. Okay, so this was a lot easier to build than I thought it would be. I think that just having this bookshelf here to attach to makes the perfect connection point between the shelf and the couch. And then I also brought in a chair here. So I'm still going to kind of make the inside cozy, but this is the initial fort and I feel like it worked out pretty well. So let's take a quick tour inside to see how it's coming along. All right, so it's pretty spacious. Like I feel like you could fit at least 4 people in here. It gets pretty tall in this area and then it just kind of swoops down. There's my air purifier. I just kind of tucked it into the couch over here, into the seat cushion. So I feel like that should be fine. And then I just kind of covered all the edges with blankets. Let me see if I can show you guys how I made this work. So I put sheets on either end. Oh, and I just heard the chip clip come off. It keeps coming off, but the books are doing their job and are holding it in place even without the chip clip. But let me go fix that super quick. All right, so as you can see, I kind of have like a door curtain here. And so you can kind of lift it up and go through. You just have to be super careful that the chip clip doesn't come off. Since this fort, I kind of built in the pathway of walking to the restroom. My partner and I are both going to have to crawl through the fort to go to the bathroom. But whatever, that's why it's fun, right? But it's nice. I can kind of like close off both ends. Let me show you this side. So on this end, I have something similar going on. I can just pull that down. Oh, so cozy. I love it. All right, so wow, I can really spread out too. This is nice. I could like fully lay down if I wanted in here. So I have wood floors and there's no rug right here. So what I'm going to do next is try to make this whole area cozier. This is already like amazing. I love it. So let's make it even cozier. I think I might take the couch cushions is kind of my idea because I don't have another rug to place down. So I think I might take the couch cushions off and set them on the floor here and just lay a bunch of blankets and pillows. And then I also have some string lights that I want to put in here. So once it gets dark at night, I'll have some nice ambient lighting and it's going to be so cozy and I can't wait to read in here. So let's do the couch cushions. I think I might have to vacuum them first because there's probably like a bunch of crumbs in there. So let's do that and then let's keep making this super cozy. Also, I just gotta say that I love having the bookshelves here in the background of this fort. I just feel like this is the most perfect reading fort. Like, look at this. This is amazing. I love this so much. Okay, so here is my final fort. There's Jean-Pierre. He's very confused what's going on right now. But here it is. So let me give you guys the tour. We can go in this way. So this is the main entrance. All right, so back to my tour. So I think just adding the couch cushions and all the pillows and blankets and the lights made such a huge difference. It feels so much cozier now. Jean-Pierre, stop. Okay, I need to film this before Jean-Pierre tears down this entire fort. So like I was saying, adding all of the pillows and blankets made it feel so cozy. And I also love the lights, and I think it's going to look amazing at night. So let's go inside. So my fort is done, and I am so happy with how it turned out. This is the coziest fort ever, and this is the perfect reading fort, just with all the books here and the pillows and the lights. So I'm going to wait for it to get dark out, and I'm going to eat dinner, and then I will come back and we will read my Mary-Kate and Ashley books. And I'm so excited to read the Mary-Kate and Ashley books because I have not read these since I was a kid. It's going to be a major nostalgia trip for me, and yeah, I'm really excited. So I will be back in a minute and we can start reading. Alright, so I'm back in my fort and I'm ready to start reading now. So I have my books here. I'm going to read them in order that they came out. I don't have all of them, obviously. I think there's something like 20 in the entire collection, and I only have 4 of them. So these are The New Adventures of Mary-Kate and Ashley. And I remember reading these in maybe 2nd grade, and I would get these from the Scholastic Book Club. Do you guys remember that? Receiving those catalogs in school, and then you could order books from them? I'm pretty sure that's where I got these from. I used to have almost all of them, but I don't know what happened to them. Somewhere along the way, I got rid of them. So I purchased my 4 favorite ones that I remembered, and that kind of triggered the most nostalgia for me. The first one that I have is The Case of the Surprise Call. And this is the one that I probably have the most nostalgia for. Just the colors on this cover feel so like Y2K for me. This one came out in 1999, so this is just before Y2K, and just look at this cover. They have phones that have cords, and just the green and pink and yellow and purple. This feels so of its time, and I love it so much, and I remember this cover. And something about these covers have almost like a tactile memory for me. Something about like the colors and how the words are kind of raised here. And just like the textures and everything, it just gives me like visceral memories, and I really love it. So my favorite thing about these books are that they have these center inserts. And I'm going to try to be super careful with these books because to me, these are like collector's items since they don't make them anymore. Hi, Jean-Pierre. You want to go through? Are you in or are you out? All right. he's in. I found these books through a combination of eBay, Etsy, and then there's this other kind of secondhand book website that I found. And I was looking for books that were in excellent, like new condition because I wanted, there's Jean-Pierre, because I wanted to make sure that they had these center spreads, and I don't want to bend the spines because I want to keep these in as good of condition as possible. But let me show you these center cutouts, and as I read each book I will show you the cutout that's in the center. But here's this first one. Each center spread are 2 photos of Mary-Kate and Ashley, and you're supposed to tear them out, and they're sort of like little fashion photos in color. I remember loving these, and when I was a kid I tore all of them out and I would keep them all. And then on the back are little riddles with like clues and stuff that you can solve. Yeah, so they kind of have fun little things on each card. But that is the main reason why I wanted to make sure I got books that were in like new condition, because these cards in the center are the most nostalgic part for me. So I wanted to be sure that it had those. So I will show you each of those as we go through each book. Some other treasures in these books are in the back. They kind of have advertisements for Mary-Kate and Ashley. So they have an advertisement for all the movies that Mary-Kate and Ashley are in. So the movies are Double Double Toil and Trouble. I definitely watched that one. Oh my god. I want to watch that one again. That one has so many memories. Yeah, Double Double Toil and Trouble I definitely remember, and I want to rewatch. It was like a Halloween movie. And I think there is like a great aunt that was stuck in a mirror. So I don't know if other people had this experience, but I remember, I think it was like kindergarten or first grade, there's like this Bloody Mary phase going throughout my school, and everyone was taking turns going into the bathroom and doing some like Bloody Mary chant, like saying her name 3 times into the mirror. And the whole thing was that she was supposed to take you into the mirror and then you have to live for eternity in the mirror until somebody else does it. And that traumatized me so much. I was so afraid of it. But I definitely remember Double Double Toil and Trouble having kind of a similar thing of somebody being stuck in a mirror. And that was a legit fear of mine growing up. My favorite though is they have this advertisement for Billboard Dad. It says, "High above Hollywood, the Olsens are playing matchmakers. Check them out in their coolest new movie." Oh my god, Billboard Dad, now on video. Does anyone remember Billboard Dad? Because I loved that movie and I think about it all the time still for some reason. But it was new when this book came out, which is just crazy to me. Wow, 99. What a year. And then it says, "Listen to us." And then it's an advertisement. Mary-Kate and Ashley's cassettes and CDs. I just love that pretty much these entire books are like advertisements for Mary-Kate and Ashley, and that they were literally doing everything. They were an empire. And I mean, they still are to some extent. They have that clothing brand Row, and now they're definitely like under the radar, but they're still out there. But I feel like they're really trying to distance themselves from this era of their life, because I was trying to find one of their movies recently. It was Our Lips Are Sealed, and I could not find it anywhere online. Like, it just straight up does not exist. I don't know if there's like something with them trying to hide all these kind of things, or like they don't want them in public. But if anyone has these VHSs, because I know I used to have the Our Lips Are Sealed VHS, and I am so sad that I got rid of it. So hold on to it, because we need an archive of these things, because if they don't exist online, then where do they exist? Who is saving them? Who makes sure that they don't disappear forever? So please, whoever has these, just hold on to them or like send them to me, because I want to watch these movies so bad. Like Billboard Dad, classic. But yeah, these books are just like huge advertisements for Mary-Kate and Ashley. So fun fact, I actually have Mary-Kate and Ashley's autographs. I have a godmother who had a connection when I was growing up with somebody who worked with Mary-Kate and Ashley. So I have signed autographs from Mary-Kate and Ashley, and they're like my most prized possession. So the books that I have are The Case of the Surprise Call, and then next is Green Ghost, and then The Case of the Glass Slipper, and then The Case of the Creepy Castle. So all of these I very much remember the covers of, and that's why I got them. I just feel like they're kind of iconic to me. All right, so we'll start with The Case of the Surprise Call. This sounds interesting. We'll see. I mainly just love the cover of this one. That's why I got it. I don't remember the stories at all. Honestly, I feel like they're probably not that memorable, but I think it's going to be great. So I'm going to read it. I'm not going to read it out loud, but I might share some of my favorite parts if anything stands out to me. And I think I'll get through these pretty quickly. Let me just show you guys the font because it is so big and it just makes me realize how far I've come with my reading skills in my life. At one point, this was my reading level, and that's kind of crazy to think about. You don't realize how much you're growing and improving as it's happening until you can like look back years later and be like, whoa, like I've gotten smarter, I guess. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to start reading. First chapter, Detective Headquarters. All right. Okay, I've only read like one paragraph, but the premise of this one is that they're hanging out with their great grandma Olive, who is one of the best detectives in the world. And it just kind of shows you the age group that this is for because people still have great grandmas at this point. Just the fact that the grandma has a detective clubhouse. Hell yeah, that sounds cool. And it's in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Nice. I really wonder how much of Mary-Kate and Ashley's personas that they portrayed in media growing up was actually close to their real personalities, because there's this part here that's just talking about how they're twins, and it says Ashley's logical and likes to think things through. I like to jump right into things. So I guess this is from Mary-Kate's perspective, which is also interesting that they chose to do that. Like, I kind of wonder why. But yeah, I just wonder how true to life that is, or if this was just some ghostwriter making shit up. And also, I have to assume that Mary-Kate and Ashley had absolutely nothing to do with this series besides taking the picture for the covers. I imagine everything was being orchestrated by adults in their lives, and yeah, it's so interesting to be such a public figure and have such a persona, but it probably is so far from who they actually are. So I kind of feel for child actors in that way because they don't really have a lot of say in things. I'm just real curious about Mary-Kate and Ashley, and I feel like they're like so mysterious nowadays, like even more mysterious than before. But let's get back to our mystery here. I'm not even like one page in. The detective clubhouse is a huge castle. I totally see why this appealed to me as a kid. Like, it just kind of ticks all the boxes of things that I loved growing up. Damn, this great grandma sounds cool. Her long gray hair was braided and tied with a purple scrunchie at the end. I loved the fuzzy purple sweater she wore, and I think we had on the same brand of jeans. Like, I love that. A fuzzy purple sweater. That is so on trend now, too. Let's bring it back. So it mentions here that Mary-Kate and Ashley are 10 years old and in the 5th grade. So it's wild to think that when I was reading this, I was several years younger than Mary-Kate and Ashley. All right, so there's a detective in here named Zachary, and he's already giving me villain vibes because he is just a naysayer. He does not believe in the Olsen twins' capabilities to solve crimes and be detectives. I don't know if maybe they're trying to make him into like an obvious villain, so that will kind of get distracted from the real villain, but we'll see. creepy. They're doing an overnight stakeout in the library. They're the only ones in the castle. It's midnight and now they hear a sound. It sounds like somebody's in there and they're not alone. And I just heard my neighbors next door. It kind of freaked me out. Like, I'm feeling a little like creeped out, like definitely spooky. Doesn't it seem kind of dangerous to let two 10-year-olds be alone in a giant castle where a crime was committed and have them be solely responsible for solving this case? That seems a little irresponsible of these adults, but whatever. So Mary Kate and Ashley solved the case. It wasn't either of the people that I mentioned. It was another nice person. So I feel like that's the way to read these, to look for the least suspecting person, and that is probably who it is. So it was the great grandma's best friend. That was honestly pretty entertaining though, and it maybe only took me about an hour to read. I was stopping a lot. Jean-Pierre was being kind of annoying. That was honestly really cute. It was very much for children. Like, the writing is very simple. And even the case that they were solving was extremely simple. It was them looking around for clues, interviewing suspects, and then solving the case. It wrapped up way quicker than I expected. I mean, it's so thin. I guess I should have expected it to move quickly, but it's weird reading a book that moves so quickly. But that was a lot of fun, and so I'm excited to continue with the next ones. The next one that I have here, so I have The Case of the Green Ghost, and this one is also from 1999, it says. Jean-Pierre, there's my ghost. I love a good haunted house, and this is a Halloween-themed one, so I'm really excited for this. And Mary Kate and Ashley look a little older on this cover than the other one. In the case of the surprise call, their bangs are definitely giving like 90s. Like, I had those bangs in the 90s. And actually, I think it was second grade when I grew my bangs out because I really wanted hair that was parted in the middle, and I wanted like the two little strands of hair on either side and to be able to wear a claw clip in. So I was growing out my bangs in second grade, and apparently so were Mary Kate and Ashley, because it looks like they have their bangs growing out and kind of pinned to the side with a little butterfly clip in this one. And yeah, this one is definitely like, we're starting to get into the year 2000. We're getting really close. So I love seeing how they grow in each picture. All right, let's start reading this one. Ashley just got a dare to go inside the haunted house and stay in there for a whole half hour. I would be scared. This is how they describe the haunted house. The house was totally dark. Some of the windows had boards over them. The chimney was black and crooked. The front steps sagged and there were cobwebs across the door. Ooh, that is a good haunted house. I definitely would not go inside. I'd be way too scared. Hell no. This is literally why I can't get anything done, because Jean-Pierre is so distracting all day long. How can I resist this cute little bunny? Of course I have to pet him all the time. So Mary-Kate and Ashley just saw a ghost. I'll read this part. Wait, Ashley grabbed my arm. What's that noise? I froze, listening. A thudding sound was coming from the second floor. My heart started to pound. A figure suddenly appeared at the top of the stairs. A ghostly figure, green and glowing. It didn't have a head, just a shapeless green body. Oh. Sorry, guys. That's my ghost sound, by the way. The thing let out a horrible moan. That's scary. This is a good ghost story here. Okay, so in this book, all of their friends are suspects. And so they're kind of going through the list of friends. And again, I feel like it's one of the friends that they immediately eliminated, saying, oh, it can't be her. I feel like it's going to be her. Let's see. I feel like if I had two best friends who were known detectives, I would not be stealing their stuff. This one. Let's see how long that took me. So that took me about 45 minutes to read. So they are pretty quick. That was cute. It was exactly what I said I thought it was. It was the friend who wanted to win the mountain bike to give to his brother as a birthday gift. So he stole the popsicle sticks so he could build the best model and win the contest. So I called it. I feel like maybe I should be a detective. Honestly, these are pretty entertaining. Like, I'm not disappointed. All right, next up is The Case of the Golden Slipper. I love that they refer to themselves as Olsen and Olsen and the trench coat twins. All right, so I also just remember how iconic this cover was and that like velvet. So this one, let's see the year. This is from the year 2000. The others were from 99. All right, so let's start this one. So Mary-Kate and Ashley are invited to a ball by Princess Gloriana of Georgia. Princess Gloriana is only 13 years old, and she is inviting the top children in the world, and two of them are Mary-Kate and Ashley for their great detective work. So I love that. Wow, so this princess just dropped a secret note in Mary-Kate and Ashley's laps, and it says, "Meet me in my room at midnight. We must talk, alone. It's a matter of life and death." That's pretty intense. Let's see what this life and death matter is. Oh shit, so they were going to meet the princess at midnight in her bedroom, which I feel like if you're sneaking around a royal castle, there'd probably be guards guarding the princess's room, wouldn't you think? But anyhow, there is smoke coming out of the princess's room, and it seems to be on fire. So let's see what happens there. Okay, now the princess is missing, and Mary-Kate and Ashley take it upon themselves to look for her. I feel like if a princess is missing, isn't that like a national emergency? I imagine like the royal guard would be searching for her, not Mary-Kate and Ashley. But it's okay, let's keep reading. Okay, I feel like I liked that one a little less than the others. I just have like a couple issues with it. So pretty much what happens is in the beginning, the princess tells Mary-Kate and Ashley that she's in grave danger and that it's a life or death and that she needs to talk to them. And she never has a chance to talk to them, and then she's kidnapped. And then we find out at the end she kidnapped herself, so really she just ran away so that she could be a normal person for a day and go out into the world. Then she comes back and everything's back to normal. They have this grand ball. And then she says that she wants Mary-Kate and Ashley to be her security team for whenever she travels to America. Which is just really funny because they're detectives. They're not like security. They're not bodyguards. But I'm just really confused why the princess would tell them that she's in grave danger. And she never explained it at the end. I don't know. I just thought it was going to come full circle at some point, and it never did. But, you know, I feel like it was Mary-Kate and Ashley living their princess dreams. And it was fun for that reason. That one was fine, but I feel like I kind of liked the other two better. All right, let's move on to the next one. All right, so the very last one that we have tonight is The Case of the Creepy Castle. And you can tell in this picture they're getting older, definitely. So this one is from 2000 as well. And on the back it says, "How scary is this? It was Halloween and Ashley and I didn't have a mystery to solve. Yikes." So we have another Halloween one, which is perfect timing. All right, let's get into this one. So Great Grandma Olive is once again serving us fashion in this book. Great Grandma Olive's long gray braid was tied with an orange and black ribbon. She's wearing jeans and a white sweater with black cats on it. And best of all were her earrings, dingly jack-o'-lanterns, perfect for Halloween. Okay, the ending of that one was cute. This one, the culprit ends up being the great grandma. She kind of sets them up in this haunted house to have a mystery to solve on Halloween. But pretty much they solve the mystery that great grandma Olive set up for them, as well as solving the mystery of what happened to the class guinea pig. So in the end, the grandma says, "I thought you girls would solve just one mystery today." Mary Kate responds, "Great Grandma Olive, when it comes to the Trenchcoat twins, 2 is always better than 1. So of course you have to throw in a little twin humor in there. That one was pretty cute. It was just very much a feel-good Halloween story. It had a witch, it had a mad scientist, a vampire, a suit of armor, a werewolf. So it kind of had everything, and it had a creepy castle, which is the title of the book. I feel like it just kind of hit all the marks for what you want in a Halloween story. So just really fun. So that was the last book. I feel very nostalgic right now. All of those were just such feel-good books. And they're so easy to read. And I feel like it's fun to revisit books that you read as a kid. I didn't remember actually what happened in any of these, and they're not necessarily that memorable, the stories themselves, but just reading them takes me back to that time. And it was just a different time, you know? The internet was brand new. People were afraid of Y2K and what would happen with the new year. And these books were like happening all around that time. And yeah, it was just an interesting time to be alive, and I feel nostalgic about it. And yeah, I'm really glad that I read these, and I feel like these really were the perfect Halloween books, especially since 2 of them were specifically Halloween themed. They were just really fun, and I love all the haunted houses and the castles. And I feel like they really got me in the spooky season spirit. I highly recommend reading some nostalgic books. These were a lot of fun. Let me know if you read any of these Mary Kate and Ashley books growing up, or if you were even a fan of Mary Kate and Ashley. And if you weren't, then what were you into when you were a kid? And what would you like to revisit for nostalgia? And yeah, do you have any plans for this upcoming spooky season for Halloween and fall? I feel like this is such a good time to get cozy, and honestly, I love this fort so much. It's going to be really sad to take down, but I feel like we need our couch back at some point, and I need all my blankets back. But I kind of just want to leave it up for a while. Hopefully this vlog, or whatever you want to call this video, helped you get into the spirit of the season, and thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye! Shut your